And switching gears to weather here now, coming off the heels of our first alert weather days yesterday and today for the extreme heat. If you've had enough, if you want some relief, well, good news. Tomorrow and the next several days, in fact, are set to deliver in that regard. So here's one last look at the heat that was out there for today. Average highs upstate should be around 87 degrees, 83 the average high in the mountains. And as you can see, everybody, mountains, upstate, northeastern Georgia, blew those numbers way out of the water. We made it to 98 for the high in the city of Greenville, Union, as well as Greenwood, Anderson, and Newberry, making it to a high of 99 degrees for today, and another high of 92 in Asheville, just a degree short of the record high there today. But of course, you did set a new record high yesterday, so at least you had that in that regard. As for tonight, it remains very humid out there and still rather warm, but it is quiet, at least here in our immediate area. That quick little thunder shower that bubbled up southwest of Clayton in Rabun County appears to be weakening. Maybe a hint of a little shower, could even be a quick rumble of thunder in northeastern Anderson County. Couple of these might pop up for the next couple of hours, but not anticipating the level of activity that we see here with this cluster of severe storms moving through Charlotte at this hour. Our stormy weather really starts to kick in going into tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be a repeat performance for Monday and Tuesday as we now watch this cold frontal boundary sinking slowly south out of the Ohio Valley across Kentucky tonight. That's going to get right up to about us here in the Carolinas, back across Tennessee, and then stall out for a few days. Now, granted, first things first, it is going to help us in regards to getting some heat relief in here, but it's also going to play a hand in how things ultimately play out here locally regarding Tropical Depression 10. Again, sitting here kind of right on that so-called dividing line between the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, eventually set to head toward the Florida Panhandle, then parts of Georgia and the Carolinas by Tuesday and Wednesday. That front sitting closer to the area should help to deflect Tropical Depression 10 or whatever form it's going to be in by then. Again, farther south and east away from us, but we're keeping that first alert weather day called for on Wednesday just because it's still going to be a very close call and we want you to be prepared. We also have Hurricane Franklin, Category 1 storm, sitting out here pretty well out into the open waters of the Atlantic, likely to strengthen further to a Category 3 major hurricane late Monday into Tuesday, but fortunately expected to kind of just run north out in the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean over the next few days. So bringing it back home to talk about the showers and storms we are going to be dealing with time and time again ahead of whatever impacts we have in the tropics later this week. Let's time it out. On Future Track, going from 11 o'clock, midnight, no major changes out there for now. We'll keep it partly cloudy with some patchy fog going into tomorrow morning, and then we're going to see that fog. Best bet is going to be for folks across the mountains. We stay mostly storm-free until lunchtime, but very shortly thereafter, we get our first hit-or-miss variety showers and storms popping up around 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 5 p.m., we just kind of watch this activity pulse up, dissipate, giving rise to new hit-or-miss showers or storms here and there, but the general trend will pull it farther and farther south into the upstate through about the 9 to 10 o'clock time frame tomorrow evening. We quiet down overnight. Monday starts off dry with partly to mostly cloudy skies, and we watch this all flare up again on Monday afternoon, Monday evening with that frontal boundary overhead, and then one more repeat performance going into Tuesday as that front still just hangs out over the area. So extrapolating out in time here, we'll go all the way out to midnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. General rainfall totals for everything we pick up, about 1 to 2 inches of rain likely, with the potential for some locally higher amounts, maybe as high as about 3 inches of total rainfall. So a bit of a welcome sight after the drier and hotter weather we've had in the last week and a half or so. So looking at your week ahead, 92 for the high temp tomorrow, so still hot, but at least better for the upstate tomorrow. Scattered storms, and then low 80s Monday, Tuesday. First alert weather day for Wednesday as we watch the tropics. Looks like a glancing blow for now from whatever form Tropical Depression 10 is in, but we'll, of course, continue to monitor for any shifts in the forecast track. And for the mountains, also looking at scattered storms tomorrow through Tuesday. Highs slowly falling back from the 80s to even some 70s by Tuesday, and then keeping an eye on those tropics for the first alert weather day coming up on Wednesday.